Thank you all for joining and welcome to Commerce7 Live. My name is Zach Campus. I'm really excited to be here today. We've got some great new features we'll be announcing and walking you through. First, we were thinking of announcing no new features or upgrades for the next few years and a claim that we're going to migrate you to big commerce. But that joke's already been made, so instead, we opted to continue to develop, launch, and upgrade features on our platform. Over the past year, we took the time to visit with wineries to really see how you use our tools. Members of our product team spent a lot of time on the road this year in the US, South America, Europe, and Africa, looking at how wineries operate their DTC business. We talked with prospective clients, we met with a lot of our existing clients, and today we're really excited to launch many new features that we gathered from direct feedback from you. In the years past at Commerce7 Live, most of our announcements were around making our product more effective. How can we help wineries create these better shopping experiences for their customers? How can we really help wineries drive sales? Today, some of the features that we're announcing are to improve your customer shopping experience and drive sales, but most of them are around how we can make you more efficient. How can we make your jobs at the winery easier? We've really been looking at what you do and how we can improve your workflows through the tools that we offer. Today, we have all new club tools, we have all new email tools, we have some new reservation tools. Most of these changes were a direct result from talking with our clients and prospects. We also have some great changes in payments, both with Commerce7 payments and payments with our international customers. We have a massive cutting-edge change for our point-of-sale system in the US. We're also going to be talking about security, and we're going to end the day by talking about what else you can expect to see from the next 3 to 6 months. Before we start, I want to take some time to look at some stats and see how we're doing. We ended 2022 with over 1,400 wineries around the world powering their DTC sales through Commerce7, and this was a really great year for wineries on Commerce7. Despite the current economic situation, the average winery on Commerce7 had their best year ever, with DTC sales up 6% across the board compared to 2021. 2021 was a tough year to beat. Wineries on Commerce7 grew their DTC sales 34% in comparison to 2020. When we look at what led to 6% growth in 2022, we're looking at e-commerce and club sales. Tasting room traffic may be down, but strong e-commerce and club sales caused 2022 to be the best year ever for the average winery on Commerce7. 18% of sales on Commerce7 this year came from the web. Our latest version of our front end, version 2, it drives a ton of revenue online. We see a 13% higher cart conversion rate on version 2 compared to version 1. So if you're a customer today on version 1, you should really consider upgrading. We see a much higher conversion rate on V2. We see a 77% higher online club sign-up conversion rate on version 2 compared to version 1. Even more reason to switch. Mobile wallets like Apple Pay, a feature exclusive to version 2, makes checking out and signing up for a club online as easy as one click. It was used in 13% of all online sales and 7% of all online club signups. Club tools on Commerce7 also drove a lot of your growth last year. 30% of club members on Commerce7 in 2022 edited a package when they had the opportunity, and when they did, on average, the number of bottles in the package went up by 20%. All of these stats are pointing to one thing: an investment in our product and continued push on our product is paying off for our customers. When we talk with you, when we invest in our product, and when we deliver new functionality, it helps you be more effective. This is what a true no-compromise solution looks like. Constant development, constant deployment of new features, no waiting and waiting for distant solutions to come. It's not just stats though. We really care about how our customers are doing. The data is one thing, but when we visit with wineries, we really want to know how they're doing individually. When we talk to our customers, here's what some of them have to say. Sarah Compton, the wine club manager at Arlington Vineyards. I've been extremely happy with Commerce7's ability to constantly update their platform. No matter if it's related to the POS, club, or admin page, there's always an update on their dashboard weekly. They have listened to the requests we have made as a company for changes and have always been willing to listen and help. We left our previous software provider due to multiple system shutdowns on some of the busiest days as a company. Commerce7 has proven to be reliable, as we have not yet experienced anything like that since. The availability of their support tools has always been a big plus for our business. The overall software and platform, the POS, club, and admin pages are extremely user-friendly to train staff on and to maneuver through. Our wine club members have been extremely happy with the most recent changes to their front end when customizing their orders. Anything that makes it easier for our guests and members is a plus for me. Another one here is Holly Gervin-Russell, who's in charge of digital and winemaking at Decibel Wines. I don't think there is anything else out there that works as seamlessly for wineries. Commerce7 clearly understands how wine businesses need to operate in order to make profits. Everything is designed to aid this. I'd consider it an essential product for a wine business with a physical location or a wine subscription service. And the last one here, Maggie Tillman, who's the owner and is in charge of sales and marketing at Alta Colina Vineyard and Winery. Every user interface is more intuitive with Commerce7. The back end for our team members and the front end for our members and guests. We continue to grow online sales, and features like the Magic Link are modern and customer friendly. C7 helps us provide better DTC services across the board. Before we get into the new features, let's do a quick recap of some of the things we did in 2022. To talk about that, I'm going to pass it to Andrea Dick, our product designer.
We really work hard to deliver new features for you. Every month, every week, the money you spend with us, we put back into the product, and we're continually improving it and adding new features. We started 2022 off with a brand new point of sale. We introduced Quick Pay. You can now easily create a club membership from an order. You could mark an order as a club shipment. We had a large security update, so you could tokenize a credit card on file. We improved and simplified the process to enter data. We added smart notices so you could remind staff with messages if a cart fits a specific criteria. And we had all new printing solutions. And that was just to kick off January. We continued the spring by adding compatibility for Squarespace and Wix. We also introduced Commerce7 Storefront so you could easily get started with selling wine online. Our allocation tools also saw some big improvements. They were completely revamped. You can now bulk grant wishes, bulk create orders, and more. In April, we made a big announcement that we purchased VineSpring. This is actually what led us to build a lot of the updates that I just mentioned. We also rebuilt our App Store, improving how you could find and install apps. Early summer, we launched loyalty tools as a way for you to reward customers with points and encourage them to spend more. Into the summer, we continue to make various improvements. To name a few of them, you can now easily transfer members between clubs and customize your tax rates. We also added some new admin notifications and increased security online through invisible reCAPTCHA. In September, we had our Partner Day, where we launched a brand new app development center, improving the process for our partners to create apps for you. We also continued adding new features, such as generating a link for a cart that could be emailed to a customer to complete. We also allowed the channel to be changed on a cart and added more security updates. In October, we improved how your customers interact with their club shipments online, making it significantly easier for them to add and remove items. We also moved to modern image formats, which allowed your websites to render faster. We brought our invoicing inside of admin, and we also allowed for tipping on the point of sale based on specific amounts instead of percentages. In November, we introduced live chat to improve our support. We also significantly improved the subscription sign-up online by allowing customers to select their products before they're required to enter in all of their billing details. And that wasn't even everything. In 2022, we launched over 164 new features and over 1.5 million lines of code. 2022 was a good year for us. Our team was able to do a lot of things, many of which you requested, and I can tell you that in 2023, we're not going to take our foot off the gas. So let's get to the main reason why you're here today, and let's take a look at some of the new features. Connor Clarks from our sales team is going to be first up to show us what's new.
The first thing we want to talk about today is the club. Commerce7 has the best club tools on the market. Building these natively and not on top of a platform like BigCommerce or Shopify has allowed us to make no compromises on features. As opposed to many other companies who are scrambling to keep up, Commerce7 isn't just some bolt-on app that's marketed as a full solution. For example, a club built on Shopify today can't access Shopify payments. That's not something we'd ever want to happen to our customers. Our club is already great. Let's take a look at how we made it better for you. Let's start with the club sign-up online. Today in the US, over 23% of club memberships sign up online. With the improvements that we made through version 2, including allowing customers to sign up with Apple Pay and Google Pay, we already see a 77% increase in online club signups. In fact, Apple Pay accounts for 7.3% of all online signups on Commerce7. Today, we're enhancing our club signup for front-end V2, allowing customers to select the products they want as they sign up for the club. We told you this was coming, and now it's here. Whether you have a subscription club or a traditional club that allows for user choice, customers can now select their products as they sign up. They'll even see the full discount as if they were already a club member. Allowing customers to select products first is a simple way to move them through the sign-up process, get them invested, and incentivize them with the products and discounts that they'll have access to as a member. The top 5 non-wine subscription companies are already doing this. We've been doing it for a few months with subscription clubs, and we're already seeing fantastic results. This new ability is going to push our online signups even higher, and we'll show you how that works in a minute. Next, for clubs, we've taken a deeper look at how you're spending your time managing them. Most of our wineries run multiple clubs. You spend a lot of time working with declines, managing inventory, and working with customers across multiple clubs. We're now letting you see and work with shipments across all clubs. This is both for traditional and subscription shipments. For example, across all of your club packages, you might want to find and retry your declined cards. Or maybe you're searching for a member, but you don't know what club or package that they're in. In subscription and traditional clubs, you can now search for them in one spot. And we've also made it much faster. We know this was a bit slow in the past. Not only that, but we're also letting you see your inventory across clubs. If you're running 5 or 10, or hopefully not, even 30 packages, you can now see the products and inventory that'll be required to fulfill all of your club packages or subscriptions in one place. No longer do you have to check each club package individually. Stay tuned for a demonstration on how this works. Next up for clubs, we've made it significantly easier to set up your club packages. It's now just 1 step rather than 4. All your settings are managed through a single screen. You can even preview inventory while you're adding or editing products in your club package. And finally, while you're managing your club package or subscription, we're now allowing you to swap products. For example, if a product runs out of inventory, you could previously mark it as unavailable, but now you have the option to exchange it for another product. When a product is swapped, the system will go through all unprocessed shipments and replace it with the new one. Before we continue on with a few more club items, let's do a quick demo. First, let's look at the club sign up on your website. Spectra isn't a real winery, this is just for demo purposes. Now, when I navigate to the wine club page and go to sign up for a club, let's start with the 6-bottle club here. As long as there's an active club package, and so long as the club is user choice, I get to choose and interact with the products before I even sign up. I see the club pricing and club discounts as if I'm already a club member. It's easy for your customers to add an item, remove an item, and totally interact with their package as if they were a club member to begin with. Any rules that you've set up in the club package apply here, and as mentioned previously, this is a best practice. The top 5 clubs in the world are doing this today, and we've seen great success with this in our subscription club. Now we're bringing this to our traditional club. So that's what's new for your customers. Let's look at what's new for you. Let's go into the admin panel now and select clubs from the left-hand menu. You'll notice this menu has changed slightly. We'll get to the other areas, but first let's go into club packages. You'll notice at the top of the club package list screen here, there's a new inventory estimates button. We'll also get to this shortly, but for now, let's click on an existing club package, maybe the Spectra Spring package here. So here I am at the Spectra Spring package. Notice on the first screen, we see everything about the package here. We see the products, we see the settings, communication. We also see the discounts here at the bottom. So if there's any coupons or promotions we want applied here, specifically to this club shipment, we can do that all on this single page. This previously was 4 steps. We've brought it all into one, and this makes it far easier to see what's going on, make changes to the package. Everything is consolidated. On the club package products themselves, there's a couple of new options here as well. First, this inventory icon. We click on this now and we can get a quick glimpse of inventory for this product. This also allows you to see where your product is while you're adding items to your club package. Once your club package is active, it also makes it quicker to adjust quantities based on what customers have selected compared to your available inventory. Next, let's go ahead and click on this product to edit. Here we have a brand new option. It's called Swap Item. When you click this button, which I'll go ahead and do now, it tells us this product is in 4 shipments. You can do a quick search here, and then you can swap the item for another, in this case, the 2016 Rosé. This will go through every unprocessed shipment, and if it had the original product, the Reserve Cab Sauv, it will exchange it for the new one. And when you're running low on inventory or you need to make changes mid-processing, this is a great way to handle that. We've heard from many clients that you really wanted this feature, so here it is. For those of you running on subscription clubs, these same features exist there. We're always going to bring our new club features to our subscription clubs first. So let's back up for a moment and go back to our club package list page. We'll look at that inventory estimates feature now. Let's see what happens when I click on that. Now I get to look at my inventory across all of my club packages. Again, this feature is available for subscription clubs too. But here you have one place, very easy to see inventory. It's really easy to run some filters here and see how your inventory is doing based on a specific club package. You want to include skipped or completed packages here as well, you can. Everything's in real time, so if you do need to edit your package products, there's a quick link to do that right from here. So I want to end this quick demo by looking at the Subscription Shipments tab from the left-hand menu. When I click on Subscription Shipments, I can see all my shipments here that are happening across all my subscription clubs. It's really easy to look up a customer shipment across clubs or see all the declines across clubs, export these lists out if I want to, or I can filter this to a single view, maybe one subscription club. Now on this club shipments page, you'll see the same thing for your club packages. Going back to club shipments on the left-hand menu here, you can see all the shipments for your club packages at once, search for members, filter for declines, and even process them all in bulk. We've spoken with many of you about club processing and hope these updates will make your jobs much easier. We have a few more enhancements to clubs before we get on to the next feature. We've known for a while that club members are special to you. As we talk with wineries, we've heard that you want to be able to add anything to a shipment, and that you want to override prices in a shipment on a one-off basis outside of coupons and discounts. Now, in our admin panel, you can add any item to a club shipment. You don't have to go into the point of sale. We'll even allow you to override the price on any given item. Just like a typical order, a price override will not be affected by a promotion or a discount. Let's take a look at how this works. Okay, let's go back to the admin panel for a moment and back into the new subscription shipments area. I'm going to click Club from the left side, head to the subscription shipments tab. Now let's click on the shipment here for Andrea Smith. Like before, we see Andrea Smith's credit card, address, everything in the shipment along with the correct pricing. We scroll below here, we can see those products as well. Now, if we want to adjust the price of an item just for Andrea on a single shipment, we can now come in and click Edit on an item, enter a new price, and click Save. So let's adjust this cab sav to $20 here. Super simple. Just like on a regular order, we see that the price has been overwritten and the discount no longer applies to this one. This feature has also been added for traditional club shipments. Now, let's say that Andrea wants an item that isn't part of this club shipment. Say she'd like to have a 2020 rosé added to her package. Previously, you could kind of do this from the point of sale by creating a whole new order and making it a club order. But we've heard from you on this, it's just not convenient. We've made this a lot easier now. On the right side here, above products, you can simply start searching for a product to add to the shipment. Here we can search for that rosé, in this case a 2016. And even though it's not part of that original club package, we can add it here to Andrea's shipment. This works on both traditional and subscription shipments, and when a member logs in online, they'll see that new product added and their total updated. This is all great and should give you even more flexibility in how you manage your clubs. One thing to note here is that the feature is only compatible with front-end V2. If you haven't upgraded yet, now's a great time to do so. The final piece is declines. We've heard you. If you're using Commerce7 payments, Stripe, or if you're in Africa with our new PayStack gateway, we've improved how we handle declines. We already use an account updater to help you with declines, and when you have a decline today, we automatically email that customer for you. This is true for all gateways. But now, if your customers update their credit card and they're on one of our modern payment gateways, we'll automatically retry their club shipment one time. Any active shipments will be automatically reprocessed. You no longer have to track those and process them manually after the fact. Please note that this is only available for Commerce7 payments, Stripe, and PayStack. If you're on a legacy gateway like Card Connect, USA ePay, or Paygate, you need to upgrade. Let's talk. So that was clubs. There are some amazing updates there. We've really been listening to our customer base this year, and it shows in those enhancements. Next, let's talk about payments. Payment processing is not always sexy, but today it gets a huge upgrade. We have major updates in every region: the United States, Canada, Australia, Africa, and around the world. First, in the United States, we had to ask ourselves, how can we make an EMV device better? How about no EMV device at all? Last February, Apple announced iPhone Tap to Pay. If you're using an iPhone XS or later, they're now allowing you and your customers to tap the iPhone with a credit card or with Apple Pay for payment. We know that legacy payment providers like Card Connect are far from building something like this, but because we control the payment system more tightly on Commerce7 payments, as soon as Apple gave us permission this fall, we jumped on the opportunity. Let me show you how Tap to Pay works. So this here is a brand new iPhone. And while this only works on the iPhone today, this is a really cool feature for the point of sale. So I'm on the point of sale now on this iPhone, and I've already added a few items to the cart. When I'm ready to pay, you'll notice that now there's an Apple Tap to Pay option. As long as the order is under $250, the customer now simply has to tap their credit card on the iPhone, and we can collect payment that way. This works with tipping turned on or off. Apple Tap to Pay is available today for any US customer using Commerce7 payments. For any transactions below $250, you don't need an EMV device. We do need you to download our app from the App Store, but unfortunately we haven't quite published it yet, so if you do want to start using this today, please reach out to us and we can set you up with a private invite to the app. This is only available with Commerce7 payments. As Apple expands regions, we hope to expand as well. We also hope to continue to improve the interface around this. Maybe we will allow you to go from a desktop or from an iPad straight to your iPhone and use your iPhone as an EMV reader. This is going to drastically change how we take payments. The second thing we want to announce for our American clients is for those of you on Commerce7 payments. We're bringing statements into the admin panel. All payouts that happen inside Commerce7 payments now show up in the admin panel. You can see a payout, click and see transactions. You can then click and see orders. It's one of the best ways to reconcile payments. We know some of you will still want printed statements. It's not for Andrew. He's strictly opposed to printing and legacy statements, but we know our customers are asking for it. Now, there's a new statements area inside the admin panel where you can download Commerce7 payment statements. Let's take a quick look at what statements look like in our admin panel now. If you're an admin owner on Commerce7 payments and you go into the reporting area and we head to the finance tab, you'll now see a new report called Gateway Statements. When you click on statements, it's going to ask you for a year and month. But once you enter a year and month here, a statement including all transactions, payouts, and chargebacks will appear. Next, let's talk about Africa. In Africa, we have a new partnership with Paystack. Paystack is a modern payment system owned by Stripe. We're now able to offer African wineries our modern V2 front end with Paystack. We're so excited about that. Paystack allows for card payment and African mobile payments such as SnapScan or EFT payment. Every payment method that Paystack has available has been built into our system. But what we're more excited about is payment hardware in Africa. Shortly, we're going to introduce the Sunmi device. Our entire point of sale system can run on it, just like an iPad or iPhone. And we can just tap on glass. It also has a chip reader and it can handle PINs. There's no payment limits, and this device comes in a lot of form factors, both as a large tablet all the way down to the phone. These devices are coming soon in Africa. We're hoping to bring this device to Australia shortly as well. Ultimately, we'd love these devices in the US. This device, combined with Apple Tap to Pay, is the future of payments in our point of sale. So what about those wineries using Stripe in Canada and Australia? It's not as flashy as the iPhone or the Sunmi device, but we're now allowing tipping on the EMV device. This seems small, but it did require a large rebuild for us. Stripe handles tipping much differently than our other EMV systems, but we're really excited about that. Now, you can tip directly on the device with Stripe in Canada, Australia, and everywhere that Stripe is used outside of the United States. Last, let's talk about legacy gateways. Our future is in our modern gateways like Commerce7 Payments, Stripe, and Paystack, a Stripe subsidiary. This is where we're pushing all of our clients. Legacy gateways for us include Card Connect, BlueSnap, Converge, Paygate, USA ePay, Payment Express, and Point. These gateways are all being phased out or sunsetted, and we've already phased out Vantiv, Authorize.net, and MyGate. Today, many of these legacy gateways don't allow for mobile payments like Apple Pay on the web, which is 13.9% of our online checkout. They don't allow for modern fraud prevention. They don't allow for better customer experiences. They don't allow us to push the bar. Switching may seem intimidating, but it's actually very easy, and you can upgrade with zero downtime. Over 73% of customers on Commerce7 today use Commerce7 payments, and almost all international customers use one of our modern payment gateways. Every single VineSpring customer has moved over to Commerce7 payments. We're now down to just 3 customers using BlueSnap, 1 customer using ChargeLogic, 1 customer using Converge, 8 customers using USA ePay, etc. These gateways, including Card Connect, are all being sunsetted in the future. At Commerce7, we want to focus our resources on building better customer-centric solutions, including around payments. When you're ready to move, we'll manage the migration process for you with 0 downtime on your end. Another thing to consider is that no matter what your rate is with your current gateway, we guarantee we'll beat it. We'd really like you to consider the upgrade, especially with some of these new, drastically more modern ways to take payments in the tasting room and at the cellar door. So that was payments. Let's talk about emails. I'm going to pass things off to Margaret St. John, our head of support, to talk through changes to emails.
Today, email is the #1 driver of online sales. Many of our customers are running successful email campaigns. When we take a look at campaigns and transaction emails sent through the platform, we want to give you more control over the visual appearance so that they're more consistent with your brand. At Commerce7, we have a lot of customers using our campaign tools. We sent tens of millions of emails in 2022. We wanted to make creating emails better and give you more control over both campaigns and transactional emails. If you're using MailChimp or Klaviyo integrations from Digimatic, we are not advocating a switch to the Commerce7 campaigns. Those are the top apps in our App Store and a fantastic way to handle emailing. The changes you'll see for campaigns are geared towards our customers who are not using those apps. We are introducing an email theme builder. This is available today. Inside the theme builder, you can set up your header, footer, color scheme, buttons, fonts, and this is automatically applied to all of your transaction and campaign emails. No longer do your transaction emails and campaign emails have to look differently. No longer do you have to control the header and footer for the campaigns 1 email at a time. The theme builder will apply to all existing transaction emails and to all new campaigns that you create. Let's see a quick demo. Here we are in the admin panel. Let's go into settings and then into emails. Once inside the email area, over on the right-hand side, click Edit Email Theme and go to the Theme Builder. This will help you apply a consistent theme across all of your emails. You can set a background color, a border color, decide on fonts for your headings and your content, a button color, logo alignment, and even add links for social channels. Let's play around for a few minutes. We'll change the background color, the border color. Let's move our logo over to the left here. Actually, I like it better centered. And then we'll even add an Instagram link. Everyone loves an Instagram link. So the theme builder is available today. If you're currently using a custom email template that a designer has created for you, you'll still be able to use them for your transaction emails. Also, we're soon going to allow custom email templates for campaigns. So if you have a custom header and footer that you are using for your transaction emails, you'll be able to have that same header and footer applied to your campaign emails as well. This isn't available yet, but it's coming. Next, let's talk about our transaction emails. We've gone through every single transaction email and reworked the content. Behind the scenes for our campaign tools, we've used MJML to create these emails, and now we are doing the same thing with our transaction emails. Let's take a look at how we've improved a couple of them. First, you can see changes to the style that I was able to make through the new theme builder. The logo is centered, I've updated the background color, and I have my address and phone number in the footer. Overall, we've cleaned up the content. The call to action has been moved to the top. The summary of the order has been simplified to make it easier for customers to scan and read. The club shipment reminder email. Similar to the order confirmation email, the call to action is moved closer to the top. The information is a little bit clearer. Reservation confirmation email. This email is cleaner, more visual with icons and images. It's really easy to find the information that you're looking for. The final thing on email is that we've added 2 new transaction emails. There is now a transaction email for reservation reminders. When it's enabled, if customers have a reservation with you, they'll be sent an email as a reminder with their reservation details. You can also choose how far in advance the email should be sent. There is also a new transaction email for order pickup reminders. Like reservation reminders, you can go into your transaction email, enable it, and customers will be emailed a pickup reminder 30 or 60 or however many days after their order has been placed if they've not picked it up. Let's do a quick demo here. When we go back into Settings and we click on Settings, Emails, let's scroll down and open up the reservation reminder email. In this email, you can change the content like every other transaction email, but you can also set the timing for when the reservation reminder should be sent. Let's set this for 1 day before the reservation. This means it will auto-send 24 hours before each reservation starts, reminding your customer of their reservation time and details. By default, this email is disabled, so if you'd like to utilize this feature, you will need to enable it first. Today we've looked at clubs, at payments, emails. Let's look at reservations. Reservations is one of the major areas that we can improve inside of our system. Today we are processing reservations for 40% of our customer base. Hundreds of thousands of reservations a year. Reservations are a very important part of the DTC experience. The first thing we wanted to do is allow customers to cancel online. We should have built this a while ago. When setting up your reservation type, you can choose if you want customers to be able to cancel online. If you allow it, you can set how many hours they have to cancel before the reservation starts. There is a new admin notification email that you can enable so that you are notified if the customer does cancel their reservation. We've also improved the cancellation and refund process. From the admin side, when canceling a reservation, you'll be given the option to refund them at the same time. Online, if you allow customers to cancel a prepaid reservation, the system will automatically refund them. Let's take a look. First, let's look at the setup in the reservations area of our admin panel. Go into Settings and then Reservation Types. Let's click our first reservation type, Bar Reservations. As we scroll down the page, there is this new checkbox that allows customers to cancel online. When I check the box, there is a new setting called Cancellation Deadline. Here we can state that we only want to allow customers to cancel up to 24 hours in advance. This helps avoid last-minute cancellations. Now, let's jump back into the admin panel. Let's go into Settings, and then into Notifications. There is a new notification called Cancel Reservation. We can click on this and enable this. This will send you an email every time someone cancels online. Let's view this from a customer's perspective. When a customer first creates a reservation, they get a confirmation email. Here is a reservation that I made earlier today. If cancellations are allowed, the email will have a new Cancel button. When I click this button, it takes me to the website, and from here, I'm able to cancel the reservation within the deadline that was set. If a customer has paid for the reservation in advance and they cancel online, it will automatically refund their fees. That's it for the demo of reservations, but we aren't done with reservations yet. We mentioned in the past that we want to improve our reservation area, and this is still true. It's not ready today, but it's something that we are actively working on. We are hoping all of this comes soon. With the updated reservation tools, the goal is to make it easier for you to configure, add, and manage your reservations. That was reservations. Before we talk about what's coming in the road ahead for Commerce7, we want to talk about security. Security is so important to us. We spend a lot of time on it. Internally, all of our staff use a 64-digit password to access the admin panel. We don't let our staff edit or modify your data without you giving them an invite, and even then, that invite only lasts 5 days. All of our staff goes through security training. We all use a password manager. We do regular security audits. We regularly hire a firm to try a phishing scheme with our staff to ensure that they are paying attention. We've spent some time talking with you about security, and based on some of your feedback, we're making a number of changes. Today, we are announcing two-factor authentication, also known as 2FA. For those of you that don't quite know what two-factor authentication is, it's when you log into a system. The system sends you a text message or a code that you have to enter before the login is complete. This is in addition to your username and password for increased security. Two-factor authentication is optional, but we encourage everyone to use it. We are forcing it on our own staff. Let us give you a quick demo of how this works. To set up two-factor authentication, the first thing we need to do is to go to our profile. On the top right-hand corner of the screen, we are going to click on the avatar. For me, I click on MS and then go to My Profile. From here, you will see new settings for two-factor authentication. To activate it for your login, click on Enable. This will open a window with a QR code in it. From here, you will need an authenticator app on your phone. This works with all the modern authentication apps, but I use Google Authenticator. When I open my Authenticator app, there will be an option to add or scan a new QR code. I'm going to select that and then scan the QR code on the page. After scanning, the app will give me back a 6-digit code. 925981. I enter that code into the box on the screen and click Complete Setup. As I close the window, I can see that two-factor authentication is set up. If you need help setting it up, we do have step-by-step instructions on our documentation site that you can follow. Let's go try it now. On the top right, to test the two-factor authentication, I'm going to click MS and then Sign Out. Now, let's log back in. As I do that, note the length of my password. Commerce7 really encourages long passwords, and we force our staff members to have 64-digit passwords. Okay, after I enter my username and password, now Commerce7 asks for an authentication code. I open up the authentication app on my phone, in my case, Google Authenticator. I find the code listed for Commerce7. This time, it's 388557. I enter the authentication code, and it's correct, so Commerce7 lets me in. This is the most secure way to access Commerce7, and we encourage it. It's not without its issues. If you enable two-factor authentication and lose your cell phone, Commerce7 cannot reset your password for you. But you can work with an admin owner at your winery to reset it. For general password security, all new accounts after today will have to have 12-digit passwords. The longer the password, the harder it is to break. If you reset your password, it will also have to be 12 digits. This is for the admin panel, not for your customers. We allow for passwords up to 256 characters, and we would encourage your team to use a password manager and have really long passwords. The final thing we want to talk about with security is third-party partners and API access. Far too many of our partners are asking wineries for a data role user, and wineries are giving the partner access to everything. We see integrations like SellerPass, which syncs customers and orders, but wanting to access absolutely everything like shipping rates and products. And we see this with other integrations all the time. Over the next 3 months, we are going to phase out the data role for wineries that have launched. We are going to phase out third-party integrations that don't use our dev center. If you currently have a private integration, we'll soon be launching the option in the dev center to create a private app. This will allow you to create an app or integration and give access to specific wineries. If you have a public integration, make an app instead. It's really easy and way more secure. Major vendors like HubSpot require this kind of activity and no longer allow unlimited API access. We internally integrate our sales site with HubSpot, and they force a private app and limited access. We are keeping all of our APIs open and accessible to partners, but we want you, the winery, to really control who has access to what. A common security principle is called least privileged. This means that you don't enable permissions for someone who doesn't need it. You don't give everyone admin ownership. Instead, you give them just the permissions they need to do their job. This is how good security works. We will be working with our partners, but we want you to work with them as well. Push for good security practices. That's it for updates today. Now to close out the session, I'm going to pass it back to Andrea.
As we end, I want to talk a bit about where we're going. Some of our competitors claim to be building a no-compromise solution, but over the past couple of years, they haven't really launched any new features. That hurts your sales and it hurts DTC wine in general. As I mentioned earlier, at Commerce7 in 2022, we added over 164 new features and 1.5 million lines of code. In 2021, we added 175 features and 3 million lines of code. We are committed to incremental improvement and pushing the bar. Both of these are core values for our team and one of the founding principles of Commerce7. As we think about the coming year, let's talk about 5 big things we want to do. First is our APIs. Midway through 2022, we decided to rebuild our APIs from the ground up, all new code. We are over 30% of the way there, and we're rolling it out as we build it. It's already being used in major areas of our admin panel, including the new clubs that you saw today. So why do you care? Rebuilding these is laying the foundation and allowing us to do some great things. Our V2 APIs are going to leave behind our legacy gateways, including Card Connect. So the first is order exchanges, something that we've promised for a while, but it was too difficult with our previous APIs. We weren't able to have both positive and negative quantities of an item in the cart. Our V2 APIs are going to allow us to do this. This is a project already planned and designed, and we have some of it working. For those wondering what this is our answer to editing orders. While you still won't be able to edit an order directly, you'll be able to do an exchange where you can refund and add items to an order at the same time. You'll also be able to ship the new order if you need to. This is going to give you a lot more control and provide a better experience for your customers. Next, we are committed to adding restaurant tools to the point of sale. Again, this is something that we found hard with our old APIs, and our new APIs can handle it significantly better. We've already started on a couple of features for this, and we've made some good progress. More and more wineries are offering food and allowing for modifiers. Product add-ons and other enhancements around our POS will help wineries that are doing this. As we mentioned earlier, we're actively working on improving the reservations area. When we look at interfaces like Commerce7's and Talks, they're both very complicated. With the new reservations area, we want to take the existing tools and make them much easier for you to use while adding in some improvements and new features along the way. Lastly is email automation. We talked about email earlier today and how it's the single largest driver of online sales. We've been playing around with some different automations and sequences. Commerce7 is not going after being a MailChimp or a Klaviyo, and you should continue to use those tools. However, we do want to improve transactional emails and add in some more automated style emails. Every year, Commerce7 has launched 100 to 200 new features. We meet with wineries, we talk with you, we hear the feedback you send to us. 2023 is going to be another great year, and you can expect us to continue improving the platform. I want to close today with 2 final thoughts. First, our mission. Our mission is to help wineries build great customer-centric shopping experiences. The #1 reason why a consumer chooses a brand is customer experience. We want customers to choose you, and we want to see you grow. Second, we are in this together. We need you, and you need great software and support. There are so many great ideas, and while we can't do everything you ask of us, we're spending our time working with you, and we hope that you found value in the changes that we've made. Thank you again for being our customer. We hope you enjoy all of the new features, and if you aren't already on Commerce7 payments yet, please strongly consider it. Thanks.